Brett Sockold here, helping you make every class Catholic. I was down in Key West at the Basilica School of St. Mary, Star of the Sea, a couple weeks ago, and had a really neat idea come up. It's a very simple idea, but I'm excited to share it with you from an elementary school music teacher. But before I get into that, I just want to let you know about the new Making Every Class Catholic newsletter over on Substack, where I'll be sharing ideas and resources, quotes, lesson plan prompts, all kinds of things free in your inbox every month. Just follow the link in the description over to Substack and subscribe over there. And while you're at it, why not subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already, and like the video and teach the algorithm to show this to other people. So one of the things we do with music and art is it's pretty easy to find Catholic stuff. There's lots of Catholic songs. There's lots of Catholic images. You can do Catholic songs and art all day long, right? And that's good. Like, let's do some of that stuff. By all means, let's find good Catholic art and expose our students to it. But we also want to start practicing thinking about the disciplines from a Catholic point of view, right? And so we ask questions like, what does it mean that the human person participates in this activity, right? Like humans make music, so that's weird, right? Some animals make music in a certain sense. And whales, I don't know, maybe come closest to us by having sort of songs that are kind of particular in a way. But no creature we know makes music the way that humans make music. As a sort of communal activity, as a meaning-making activity. Anyways, we ask all these kinds of questions, right? And when we ask questions like that, we start to see what we're doing within a Catholic worldview more broadly, rather than just adding some Catholic stuff to this or that class. And a teacher just came up with, I thought it was just a brilliant, simple question to lead to conversation with her young people in music class. She was going to ask them, why do you think God created music? Very simple. I don't know what answer they're going to give to that question, but here's what a question like that does. It tells kids that their natural inclination to make sense of what they're doing. Like little kids always, why? They ask us all the time. And by the time they get to grade 9 or 10, we've trained them to say, will this be on the test, right? Not we Catholic teachers, but like our culture more broadly. We discourage kids from asking the big picture questions about why, and we get them focused on learning skills and facts that they're going to need for a test because, they better pass the test or they won't get to move on to the next level, right? And instead, starting very young, asking the big picture questions, and you don't need the right answer. You don't even, that's not the point. The point isn't that the kids will find the right answer to the question, why did God invent music? The point is they will think about an important question that will give them tools to think about other important questions, but that will also give them a deeper appreciation for what they're doing when they sing or make music, right? You might just never consider that this is something God created. So just by asking the question, you're saying God created something. Let's pay attention to that. And then why? And I talked just briefly with the teacher about some things that they might say. And you probably have ideas already about things that they might say to this question. But one thing that came up is like, music is something we like. So that's really interesting. God made something we like. And then we praise God with music. So that's interesting. And then you put those two things together, right? God gave us something that we like to do that is enjoyable for us in order to praise God, which is good for us to do, right? And so that was a very basic beginning. And who knows what other answers and what other conversations might happen in your classroom. I would encourage you, take that question, why did God create music, and use it maybe as a template for other kinds of questions you might ask. It's going to be pretty easy to apply to the arts. Why did God create stories? Why did God create, painting or like color or whatever, right? But you can expand it more broadly to think about almost anything we would do, right? Why did God create the world in this way that we are approaching in a particular way through our study of this discipline? And I would bet you're going to get lots of really interesting conversations with your little people. All right, God bless.